Hi, it's me. No, no, it's not. It's you. It's always been you. Um, shit. What do I want to say in this one? Um, just wanted to make an update. You know, I don't really have a whole lot to say. I'm still in it to win it. And let me see. This week was pretty tough for me. I had to walk back and forth to work every day. 16, 16 miles. Then I had to work a 9.5 hour shift. It's like 8 miles walking to work. And that's always kind of sketchy because I have to get up and leave my room at 1 o'clock in the morning. And if if I'm like even a few minutes late, that can fuck me up because I got 8 miles, 8.7 miles to go, and there's usually tweakers, people that don't have houses. They're out there. That's where they go. you know, that's usually their most active hour. So, yep, it's always kind of fun, you know, wondering who I'm going to run into on the way to work. If I see somebody, usually, I mean, I've had, like I said, I've had a few incidences, but if I see somebody on the street coming towards me, I'll go to the other side of the street because there's no traffic at those hours. And I did that this past week. It was fucking exhausting. An absolutely exhausting week. Just physically. I got really good at walking though. I'm walking really fast. Because, I want to be able to get back to my room so I can have enough time to eat and maybe drag myself into the shower and pass out, which is pretty much all I do all week long. And it was really fun on Thursday because my supervisor, my really, really weird supervisor, the, like the over pervy sexual kind of one that seems to be in like every conceivable working situation, like a wagey kind of whatever. He was being really weird towards me. And I was at this station. I was just doing my job. I don't really bother people. I don't talk to people. Just listening to music, killing it, doing my job. But the line was pretty evil that day, as I like to say. It was like, I would say 2% evil, which means that it wasn't like super bad. We've had it to where it was super bad before, where we need like, usually we keep like a certain amount of people at every station, but sometimes the birds will come through. Every single one of them has something wrong, and you need like all hands on deck, and it is just absolutely stupid. So it wasn't like that. It was manageable, but I keep getting pushed down the line because I want to keep up with the workflow, and they really focus on me a lot. With I'm not allowed to leave my little allotted space. Other people, new people, they can do whatever the fuck they want because they might have, a different complexion. So they get a free pass on whatever the hell they want to do, but all eyes on me and a lot of pressure on me to like stay within this like stupidly small area and be all technically correct and stuff, and I can't move the chickens too fast or do this or do that, or else they'll all come down on me at the same time, and or some shit. It's been like this pretty much the entire time I've been there, ever since day one. Like, I've written about it in a journal about the different things that they do to me there at the chicken farm. It's all very strange. So we got this supervisor guy who has been kind of dogging me for the whole time I've been there. And he will ask me weird questions over the course of like this year and a half. Like, just out of nowhere, he'll say like, yo, TJ, yo, do you believe in God? And I was like, no. He's like, oh, so you believe that you are God? And I was like, why, that's a bit of a jump. I was like, no. He's like, well, why don't you believe in God, TJ? I was like, I just don't. Like, why are you grilling me about this? I'm just trying to, work for my shitty wages. Why do I have to answer a theological question all of a sudden? And he'll ask me like questions like, yo, TJ, do you dance, TJ? Do you like dancing, TJ? Do you dance? You dancing? Are you dancing, TJ? And no, he'll be doing all sorts of weird stuff and putting his hands on me and things like that, and pseudo-sexual nature. He likes to walk around with his ass hanging out, like his pants down around his hips, so his butt is hanging out, like they do in prison. And yeah, this guy is just really weird. Other people don't like him either. I'm not the only one, but I don't really have any agency because of my complexion. So, sorry, it is what it is. And that's what it is. So we got this guy, and he comes up, because this line is being like 2% evil. He comes up, he's like boring his eyes into the back of my skull. I could feel him like standing behind me, like frowning. And I'm like, what is this motherfucker looking at? What is his fucking problem now? And he comes over to me, he's like putting his hands on me. He's like, yo, TJ. He's like, what you doing? Show me what you're doing. I'm trying to assess what the problem is. I'm trying to figure out with Mans where the problem's coming from. I was like, so it's my fault that the chickens are coming all fucked up all of a sudden. Like, I'm just trying, like, I said, hey man, I'm just trying to do my job. Like, I'm just trying to keep up with the workflow. He's like, well, you need to stay in your area. That's not your area. You can't go in that other area. Yeah, and then he was like telling me I was swinging the chickens. that was his thing. He was like, you were swinging the chickens, and the girl next to me was flinching like overly dramatically. She's got something against me. We get rotated every so often. We don't always work with the same people next to us. But this one girl has a really weird dance. I call her mom dance because she does a mom dance. And I make fun of it sometimes. Like, I'll watch her do her mom dance and I'll like copy her moves just to keep myself interested. And we were laughing, like me and this other girl were laughing at her. She's got like these, like, she's like this young girl who has like the dance moves of like a 40-year-old. Like, you could tell that she learned how to dance. She was only hanging around with older people because she's got no other. She really, I don't know. It's kind of interesting because I like to watch her movements because they're like all counterintuitive and shit. Like it's kind of like an art form almost. And I'm like, how does she do that naturally? Like, she's not trying to be a parody of herself. She is naturally dancing like that. I was like, wow, that's like That's like some really weird, twisted coordination going on there. I don't even know. It's like drunken boxing or something in the form of a dance. So she doesn't like me now because she knows that I make fun of her dance moves. And I don't do that to her face, by the way. I don't. I'm not like an asshole like that. Like, you know, I don't. How do I say this in smart terms? I don't really like seed confrontation or anything. But I guess she picked up on the fact that I was, joshing her behind her back. Anyways, so she's making big flinches every time I make a, slightly masculine, aggressive motion with my knife to keep up with the fucking workflow because the line's being evil. So she's doing her dramatics to make it look even worse. So then my supervisor comes over and he's like asking me all these questions and he's trying to put his hands on me. And I didn't say anything, but I made it clear that I didn't want to be physically touched by him. And then he's like putting his hands down around like my lower back. And he's like, I'm not going to touch you. I ain't going to touch you. I ain't going to touch you. But he's got his hand like floating, doing that kind of shit. And he's like, you okay? You okay, bro? And I was like, yeah, I'm okay. How are you? And then he like backed up off me whenever I said that and like called the supervisor that's above both of us to come and, I had to like take off my gauntlet and give my knife to some other person and step off the line and wait in the corner, think about what I've done and go and talk to the big supervisor. And he's like, what's going on? They're saying that you're being really aggressive or blah, 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 blah. I was like, no, it's not like that. He's like, oh, well, is it something we could do anything about? I was like, the chickens. I was like, it's the chickens, man. And he's like, oh, yeah, we'll figure that out with maintenance. I was like, yeah, okay, my bad. He's like, I know there's better ways to communicate than touching people. I was like, yeah. And he's like, you doing okay? I said, yeah, I'm just tired and everything. But it's like that happened like, I think, on Thursday. And I think earlier in the week I had another kind of episode like that with that supervisor, that the tall, like, not the tall one, but the one on top, the one all the way up. He also tried touching me. He's not as creepy with it. Like, I don't actually mind his tactile communication. Like, he'll just come up and put his hand on my back or on my shoulder to let me know that he's talking to me. But the lesser one, the one that's all like creepy and shit, like, no, he's just like classic like pervy, and then he'll like put his hands on like anyone that he can get away with that with, then be doing all that kind of shit in the background and stuff. So that's what I dealt with. I didn't go into work on Friday because I had my probation officer to talk to. But I'm keeping up with my probation. I'm sober. I'm not even drinking. I'm not even smoking. I drink coffee and I do my pre-workout, and that's pretty much it. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. So, keep your social distance.